Program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host. You can hear my show Monday through Friday from 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in North Alabama. I also write and do videos at yellowhammernews.com, and you can follow me right there. With me right now, as always, Mecca Musick. She is the co-host of this program and the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people, but not smart enough to realize that forcing me to talk about fluoride is making me upset. So we're going to continue talking about that throughout this entire program. That's all we're going to talk about. Fluoride, nothing else. We actually have Connie Spears here with us. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Connie Spears is with us. She is a Madison City Council member, and she'll join us. We'll talk with her about some stuff going on in Madison and what's next after that. So we got a good one for you today. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get to the 2-minute warning. All right, let's talk a little bit about Trump and Nick Saban. Do they have fluoride in their water? That is the real question of the day. Or we could ask about them appearing together, maybe not together, but at the same event. And this has led to some interesting speculation. My thought on this whole thing is this. Not that Nick Saban's going to run for something else. He'd be crazy to leave College Game Day, and I'd be very upset with him if he did, because he's great on it. But there is some talk about whether or not he might run for something down the line. And I got to tell you something. Democrats have been dreaming about this day for a very long time. Whether it was Roy Moore or Tommy Tuberville, Kay Ivey, or anyone else, they always said, oh, maybe Nick Saban will run. Surely that will give us a chance to win this particular seat. Never happened. Is it going to happen now? Is this where they get him in the race? Is that what happens?
I think it's very, very highly unlikely.
As a Republican now? Somehow all of a sudden he's just a Republican?
That Nick Saban enters the Senate race, assuming that Coach Tuberville runs for governor and there is a Senate seat open.
Oh, you're saying he's afraid to run for governor? Because Tuberville's already beat him a bunch of times, so he's afraid of that. Is that what it is?
You're going to get so much hate mail for that.
It's true, though.
No, absolutely not. He's always kind of kept politics at, arm's length, with the exception of his friend. And speaking of that, if he talked to his friend, like, hey, would I want to be in the Senate? I'm sure Manchin would be like, absolutely not. Him. You do not want to be in here.
Yeah, the only thing political I can remember Nick Saban doing is he got involved in the Black Lives Matter thing. But I'll remind people, Tommy Tuberville took down Confederate flags in Mississippi. So I don't know what you can draw from that conclusion there. But here's the real story. Donald Trump comes to the state. Saban goes with him. I want to know, are people going to try to cancel Saban for that? Because they tried to cancel Gretchen Whitmer out of Michigan, the Democratic governor, for staying on stage with them. Saquon Barkley this week got on a plane with him on the way to the White House. They got mad at him. Is Nick Saban invincible?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so too. I mean, I truly believe so.
Long way to get to that.
I believe so too. All right, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the governor's race or the Senate race, or I don't know, maybe he'll run for Secretary of State. Will Ainsworth, the lieutenant governor of the great state of Alabama, is term limited and cannot run for that seat again. Now, there's some speculation about him running for governor, which is what everyone thought was going to happen. But Tommy Tuberville, I believe, has kind of thrown a monkey wrench in that plan. So Will Ainsworth goes on Facebook and asks his followers, hey, what should I do? Should I run for governor? Should I run for United States Senate if that seat opens up? Or should I go back to Gunnersville? Now, Will Ainsworth did not ask this question without already knowing the answer to it. That's my opinion, of course. Mecca, which one of these is next?
You say he knew the answer to it, but overwhelming. Okay, wait, let's back up a little bit. So Lieutenant Governor Ainsworth, we've frequently made the joke that he's been running an 8-year campaign for governor.
Yeah.
And he has been.
It's not even a joke, it's real.
But he has been. So I think that was the plan. I think he was planning on being the next governor after Ivey.
And he said multiple times, I don't want to go to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. So there's that. But then, like you said, Coach Tuberville comes in, and
Senator Tuberville.
Well, he likes to be called Coach.
Yeah, I told him to his face.
Like
I'm not doing
the
that.
press releases our office receives say Coach. And nonetheless, obviously, there is a lot of speculation that he is going to enter the race. I believe he is probably going to enter the race.
What was the first clue? The fact that now we have tax returns that show that he lives in Auburn? I mean, what are we doing? Yeah, of course he's running.
There's a few things.
Yeah.
So, but basically where this puts this is, I think Ainsworth is very, very popular. I think he's very popular in Alabama, but I feel like Tuberville is an unstoppable force.
Yeah, Tuberville can do anything he wants. Yeah. If he decides he wants to be the senator and the governor, they'll let him. Whatever.
That might be a bit stretched.
He abolishes the legislature. Fine, whatever. Do whatever you want. Tuberville can do whatever he wants. And I think Tuberville would beat Saban.
Listen, I know we're going long on this topic, but we didn't answer the question. So you're saying that he already has it in his head?
He's 100%.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Overwhelmingly, the comments said run for governor, though.
Yeah, but
to his poll.
Have you been on Facebook?
Yes.
Full of idiots. What do you care what they think? I mean, come on. Well, let's just be real about the whole thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about tariffs and the tweaks. Is this a collapse, a capitulation, or is it the art of the deal? Well, if it was a deal, maybe we would have one, but we still don't have the first official trade deal as of the recording of this program and the airing of this program. So that leads me to believe that maybe this is a little bit of a collapse based on the 100 days and all these other things. Look, explain to me the reasoning behind his tariffs and how he did it math-wise. I'm not even going to go to Mecca because there's no way she knows, because nobody does. Now explain to me what the new change in tariffs is. I'll try. It's something along these lines. Whatever you spend on tariffs importing things into the country in order to build your vehicle, you can subtract those to a percentage of them from the final tariff that people will pay on your vehicle. But that doesn't include steel that's bought in Canada or Mexico. Huh? Seriously, this is confusing. It really is. I think what this is Donald Trump, deal maker, art of the deal. I believe that's part of it.
Yes.
And what he's seen is that what's happening is not that great. So he wants to give offer a little relief, a little bit of a deal. And I'll tell you, this is not that bad of an idea here, that if you're an automaker like Mercedes inside Alabama and you're still buying things that stuff goes across the Mexican border, things like that, go into your vehicle, then yeah, fine. Take that off of the tariff that people will pay at the end. What does it even mean? I don't know. What does the math look like? I mean, can you explain to me what that's going to do to an individual vehicle?
Obviously, I cannot. I would say, though, I do believe this is part of the deal, the art of the deal, if you will.
Get the branding right.
The art of the deal. I absolutely believe it's part of the art of the deal. And, you had talked about, well, you don't know if it's going to be this way, if it's going to change and everything like that. Well, no, exactly, but nobody does. So I think that even the fact that, okay, this is a little relief, but you just don't know. He could change his mind tomorrow.
Yes. And like 75% tariffs. Who knows?
Yes.
And by the way, I support these tariffs. I've said that from the very beginning. Like, again, I'm not sure.
You wanted them enacted.
I'm like, put them in and just leave them. See what happens. I mean, roll the dice. If you're going to do it, just go ahead and do it. But again, Donald Trump convinced me and a lot of other people who normally were free traders that maybe that's a bad idea. I'm convinced. Now do it. And that's sort of where the frustration comes for me. I like what I've seen so far on this. I don't like the constant kind of stepping back.
Okay, well, is it stepping back, or is it adjusting the deal, the art, the adjusting, and I don't know.
We're saying the same thing.
Maybe it's all part of the master plan, right? That's what a lot of people would be saying.
Yeah, it's the art of the deal. That's the argument. All right, let's talk about this next one. Mecca was very serious about this, and we had a conversation before the show. Should we include this? And Mecca was like, absolutely. And I was like, why? And she's like, because I only have one real tooth left, and I need the fluoride to be in there. And I said, okay, that's very important. For those who don't know, the city of Madison decided apparently that there was going to be the end of fluoride. Now, we've seen this in some cities around the country. RFK Jr. is now the head of the Health and Human Services, and he's not a fan of fluoride. They were thinking about changing the directive, and some cities got out ahead of it and said, okay, well, we'll just take it out now. I read the stories. I listened to the argument. The whole $14,000 a year it cost us, bull crap. The idea that it was destroying machines, bull crap. Somebody made a decision, and guess what? Everyone hated it. Okay, and that's basically what's happened. And now there is an onslaught of this. Fluoride in the drinking water has been a thing for decades, and there's a reason for it. In large, massive quantities, yes, it can be toxic. But diluted the right way, it's therapeutic for your teeth, hard enamel, all of this other stuff. Mecca, you're married to a dentist. Big Tooth is in control here. But if Big Tooth was in control here, wouldn't they want the fluoride to go away?
Yeah, I would think so.
Right.
But also, I would like to add, these are all my teeth. I don't know why he says these things. It's not true. That is fake news. But to get back to the topic, this is happening in Madison, but it does have wider implications. There are other municipalities considering this, other legislatures considering this, RFK, as you mentioned.
It is so foolish.
For different reasons.
None are good.
No, yeah, exactly.
None are good. There is no reason for this. And I was speaking to Mark, your husband, about this, and he made a very good point.
A pediatric dentist, the big tooth.
Yeah, big tooth. But I was talking to him, and one of the things I think he very wisely pointed out, and I just said it to you, if it was about them, like them wanting it, they'd want it gone.
Right.
Because they know for every dollar spent, $20 in dental savings on fluoride. Every dollar on fluoride, $20 in savings.
Don't take all the time. I have one more thing to add.
Yeah.
The other thing about having fluoride in the water supply is that it provides equal protection for all children. That includes children whose parents are not brushing their teeth, who are not involved. I mean, maybe they're not neglectful, or maybe they are. But this gives an equal playing field. They all get to start out with the same protection, and that can mean so much for a kid. That could literally give you lifelong problems.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you have bad teeth, you're going to have bad problems elsewhere. By the way, answer the question.
What? Okay, that's not true. My teeth are fine.
Okay, all right.
Why would you do
Mecca's
that?
tooth be okay? It will be okay. All right, when we come back, Connie Spears will be with us. She's on the Madison City Council. We'll talk with her about this and other things, I assure you. Stay tuned.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. My friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 877-744-0750. That's 877-744-0750. 877-744-0750.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Musick.
And this week, we have Madison City Councilwoman Connie Spear. She's also the president of Targog. We'll get into that. Connie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we touched on this earlier in the show on the last topic, talking about fluoride. Explain to us what happened in Madison and what's next on this.
So, first of all, Madison Utilities is wholly separate from the City of Madison. The City of Madison, the City Council appoints members to the board, but they do not control Madison Utilities. I'm sure the council will appreciate me clearing that up. What happened is we were about to run out of fluoride, and so we were told also at the same time that we had significant damage at the plant, the water treatment plant, and we were concerned about the erosion and the safety of our employees. And so we took a vote and we decided to discontinue when the fluoride ran out, which is approximately the middle of June. So that's how we got here. But I have received 117 emails as of this morning, and 101 of them want the fluoride in the water.
So, I'm sorry, just to interject a little bit. You are the city council person who is on the Madison Utilities Board, correct? Okay, and was there any consideration of like, should we have public input for this topic before the vote was made, or did it come after?
Well, as the process was explained to us, is that we would have the vote, we would file with the state, and then there would be a public comment period. So that is different than what we usually do in the city of Madison. And with my experience with the city of Madison, I should have at this moment said, hold on just a moment. We know that our citizens like to have a chat first.
They love to chat. They do. They love to chat.
So you, just to point this out, you got 107, I believe, emails.
17.
117, which on your level of Madison City Council is probably like 1 million emails, because you're not getting a lot of emails on a lot of stuff about this. Madison, if it's operating well, citizens are like, go crazy, do whatever you want to do. You start getting attention when stuff like this happens. Now, when all this conversation is starting, RFK Jr. is the national face of this thing. And I think that people are going to assume, I assume, still to this day, that has something to do with this.
Did that have anything to do with it?
What you're saying is it was just about what you guys were told in that meeting.
My major concern is the safety of the employees.
Right.
And in hindsight, should we have had public discourse before we made this decision? Obviously, yes.
But the RFK comments and things like that wasn't a part of the conversation?
No, that wasn't part of the conversation.
Is it now?
On social media, yes.
I mean, it clearly is, which is kind of funny, like, again, you don't got to explain to us. I think we both agree on this, that it probably needs to go back in. Is it going to go back in?
I have one vote. According to what I have heard, my vote will be, should we get to that point, will be to reinstate the fluoride, yes.
So is the decision then reversible?
From what I understand, the lawyer for Madison Utilities is trying to find out exactly the process. But we may be able to pull back the paperwork, or we may have to file additional paperwork, which would then add the fluoride to the water. And those don't necessarily have to have a period with no fluoride, but those paperworks could cross.
Are other cities, are you hearing about other cities doing this, or is this happening elsewhere?
Yes, it is happening elsewhere. It is, from what I understand, none of the Big Ten cities in Alabama have done this. But we were also looking at the end of our fluoride and the damage to the plant, so timing seemed like if we're going to discontinue, this is the time to do it.
Now, Councilwoman Spears, you're also the president of TARCOG. Can you tell us and our viewers and listeners about TARCOG and what is it that they do?
TARCOG has many hats. It's the top of Alabama Regional Council of Governments, and they are responsible for helping the region with economic development, with cooperative enterprises, different projects that might be across county lines or include cities and counties together to help facilitate that. They also are the rural planning organization for this Northeast Alabama. And they also do things like Medicaid waivers for our seniors. They are facilitate the meals for senior citizens at our senior centers. They also do Senior RX, and they help with people who are caregivers for seniors.
So they do a lot of heavy lifting kind of behind the scenes to make sure a lot of these programs and things continue and work. Now, you are a city council member. You have announced you're not running for re-election. What's next for Connie Spears?
You're just going to have to wait a little bit and see.
Governor? You're running for governor? Is this everyone's talking about? Is that it? That's not a no. That is not a no. Connie Spears, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate your time. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. When we come back, I've got a parting shot for you. Mecca's leaving show gets so much better. It's Alabama politics this week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 877-744-0750. That's 877-744-0750. 877-744-0750.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. Thank you very much for being here with us. Coming up here in just a second, we'll get to my parting shot where we'll talk about Bruce Pearl, the bravest man in American sports today. Right now, though, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast. Every single morning, you'll get the 7 things you should be talking about today delivered directly into your email. Plus, over there at yellowhammernews.com, I do videos that you can see every single day. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to the parting shot. My parting shot this week is directed at all the people in our sports media who act like LeBron James or anyone else that raises their voice, Colin Kaepernick, and says, hey, we're doing something here, when they speak out on the issues of the day, the safe pop culture issues of the day, where you can't really even criticize them unless you're operating in an overtly political space. Guys like Bruce Pearl, though, they're actually probably the bravest people in sports. Bruce Pearl is obviously the basketball head coach at Auburn, and he right now is over in Israel, and he spent the week there, and I think he's going to be there for a while, but he was at the music festival, at the site of that music festival that was attacked on October 7th, where hundreds of people were killed. And he stood there and he made the argument, look, I'm a basketball coach, I'm a Zionist, I'm a truth teller, and we have to tell the truth about what's happening here. Taking an overtly political issue like the Israeli and Palestinian conflict and coming down on the Israeli side is not that safe in the world of sports and pop culture. The criticism is vicious, the criticism is real, and the criticism is completely fair. You can absolutely criticize those individuals, but you're not going to get any of the protection that you do on the other issues of the day that the more popular positions that are taken throughout the country. So Bruce Pearl, very brave for him coming out and speaking his truths here, which is the truth, in my opinion. And he is doing this in spite of the fact that people will use it against him in recruiting. They will criticize him almost every single day for saying and doing these things, but he stands firm, and that makes him probably the bravest person in American sports today. Thank you very much for watching and listening to Alabama Politics This Week. We'll talk to you next week.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.